don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, seeing a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, this can't take nobody not saying nothing.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong.
Girl, the streets are buzzing. Word is Beyoncé might finally be done with Jay-Z after finding out he allegedly has a secret firstborn son. And baby, this time it's not just talk, it's about to get messy. Bey has been holding it down through all kinds of drama in her marriage, but this might be the last straw. So here's the scoop. Rymir, the guy who's been claiming for over a decade that Jay-Z is his biological dad, might finally be getting his moment. People close to the situation say the court just told Jay-Z to hand over that DNA and settle it once and for all. And now that a judge is siding with Rymir, it's looking like the truth is about to come out. Now get this, Beyoncé is not playing stepmom games. Sis just made a move that has the whole industry whispering. Sources say she's distancing herself in a major way, and it's got folks wondering if this is the beginning of the end for their marriage. Let's not forget, Jay-Z has been ducking this paternity claim for years. Like, if he really had nothing to hide, why not take the test and shut it all down? That's what people been asking. But now that the court is forcing him to cooperate, things might finally be coming to light. And if Rymir really turns out to be his son, whew, that changes everything. Not just for Jay, but for Beyoncé too. This could blow the whole Carter empire wide open. It would have taken Jay just a few seconds to take that test, but there's talk that Beyoncé might have played a part in why he didn't. Word is, she didn't want any unexpected drama ruining the polished image she's worked so hard to build for their family, and honestly, can you blame her? Let's not forget, between the cheating scandals, that elevator showdown with Solange, and the entire Lemonade saga, the Carters have barely held their public image together. Now imagine adding a full-grown secret son into the mix. It could completely wreck the brand they've crafted over the years. With the court now reportedly forcing Jay-Z to step up and cooperate, Beyoncé's worst nightmare might finally be coming true. If that DNA test hits the internet, whew, it could send shockwaves through everything they've built as a power couple. And to keep it real, some folks are saying Beyoncé's biggest concern is money. There's buzz that she's worried Rymir might try to claim a piece of Jay-Z's billion-dollar empire. You already know people online have been roasting Rymir too, saying he's just clout chasing or looking for a shortcut to fame by dropping Jay-Z's name. But if the test proves he's telling the truth, then the joke's on everyone. It's easy to see why folks might think Rymir's just chasing the bag. Jay-Z's sitting on a $2.6 billion fortune. That kind of money would make anyone start claiming family ties. But Rymir's shutting that narrative down hard. He says it's never been about money, and he's been holding his own from day one. In his own words, Rymir said, "Everybody's looking at me saying I'm chasing Jay-Z. I want money. I'm doing this for fame. This was never about money for me. My whole thing was just to see who my father was. Got my own money, I work 2 jobs, I take care of my own business. I just needed closure and I wanted respect from the courts. Just like everybody else goes in there and gets respect and gets fair due process. Why didn't I get that? Why did I just get brushed to the side?" Now that's deep. And honestly, a lot of people are starting to feel like Rymir might have really been wronged in all this. He's been out here fighting for answers while still grinding to survive. But wait, this drama just took an even wilder turn. The streets are now buzzing with whispers that the real reason Jay-Z's been ducking that DNA test has nothing to do with money, fame, or lawsuits. The word going around is that Rymir's mom, Wanda, was underage when she and Jay allegedly hooked up. If that rumor about Wanda being underage is true, then this situation isn't just a messy paternity battle, it runs way deeper. That could explain why Jay-Z's been dodging this for so long. And let's keep it real. With everything going down in the industry lately, this could blow up fast. We all watched the chaos Diddy just went through. And don't forget, Jay-Z himself was hit with a lawsuit just last year over claims involving a minor. Now imagine if this DNA test confirms he fathered a child with someone who wasn't even of legal age back then. That would flip the whole game upside down. But here's where it gets even more intense. Rymir's legal guardian Lily claims there was a time when Jay-Z's team was actually open to the idea of him building some sort of relationship with Rymir. That was before they allegedly found out about Wanda's age. The second that detail came up, his whole team reportedly shut everything down. Quick, Lily said, Wanda was only 16 when she allegedly met Sean, but she may have told him she was older. She fell pregnant, but had no way to contact him. She also revealed, "I got a call from his in-house lawyer, and they were very helpful. We thought we could resolve it quietly." They even talked about Rymir's music talent and whether it was the right time to sign him to the label, but he needed to finish high school first, so I said no. But then, boom. New lawyers jumped in and their whole attitude reportedly flipped. No more talks, no more kindness, just silence. And that switch, it's got people thinking there's something they really don't want coming out. It seems like once Jay-Z's team realized Wanda was allegedly underage, they knew things were way riskier for Sean than they first thought. After that revelation came out in Lily's interview, things started going downhill real fast for Rymir, but he didn't fold. In fact, he came out swinging, blaming both Jay-Z and Beyoncé for how everything played out.
The Beyoncé thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rymir needs to go away, little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there.
Rymir and his guardian Lily weren't holding back. They straight up accused Jay-Z's legal team of playing dirty behind the scenes. They even went as far as to suggest that Jay's people tried to bribe Rymir's lawyers to tank the whole case. From their point of view, it looked like a desperate attempt to protect Jay-Z and Beyoncé's public image at any cost.
But people were saying that she's a big part of the problem for him. And some of the things that she was doing, a woman would not, she would have some sort of role in what her husband does. And if she was secure with herself and with the situation, not saying you gotta like it, she would help her husband.
Lily didn't just sit on that either. She reportedly launched a whole legal war against their own lawyers. She accused them of secretly working with Jay-Z's legal squad, helping him avoid taking the DNA test by intentionally messing up court procedures. According to her, the shady moves caused the case to get thrown out of the Philadelphia courts entirely. Like, what? That's wild. And honestly, based on how secretive and controlling Jay-Z and Beyoncé have been about their brand over the years, people aren't even surprised. Whether it's covering up drama or dodging scandals, these kinds of behind-the-scenes plays seem to fit the way they move, keeping everything polished on the outside while chaos brews underneath. But Rymir wasn't backing down, not even a little. After everything he's been through, he wasn't about to let shady legal moves or powerful lawyers break him. Despite all the pressure coming from Jay-Z's legal team, Rymir stayed locked in and kept fighting for the truth. He even took his battle all the way to the Supreme Court, filing a motion to unseal court documents dating back to 2012. He claimed that keeping those files hidden was standing in the way of him getting real justice. According to him, the truth was being buried, and he was tired of being ignored. But the Supreme Court shut it down fast, saying they didn't have the authority to reverse what the appeals court had already ruled or unseal the trial court's records. Still, Rymir didn't stop there. He kept pushing and filed another motion with the appellate division, hoping maybe they'd give him a shot. Nope, denied again. And just when you'd think things couldn't get messier, Beyoncé and Jay-Z reportedly threw shade at him in one of their songs. Instead of staying silent, they fired back at Rymir through their music, accusing him of clout chasing and trying to ride their name for fame. This whole situation keeps getting deeper. Court battles, closed doors, and now even diss tracks. The drama isn't just in the courtroom anymore. It's spilling into the studio. In Heard About Us, Jay-Z dropped what sounded like a direct shot at Rymir, rapping, "Billie Jean in his prime for the 1000th time. The kid ain't mine. Online they call me dad kiddingly. You're not supposed to take this dad thing literally." Then he went on with more slick bars. "That's too famous. We don't even really do famous. I'm cool on that. Chuck the 2 fingers every day. I'm getting sued. I show up to court without a suit. Your every move is on the news, ain't it? Ish has its perks too, ain't it?" That right there had the streets talking. And Rymir, he clapped back immediately with a diss track of his own, spitting, "Ninjas washed up still doing tracks like 55. Where the F you at? Need to go back to your old days. Grown man in his old ways." Rymir later explained in an interview that his response wasn't about pettiness or trying to start beef. He said, "This is not me being petty or trying to start a feud or anything like that. I want to put my song out there to let the world know I'm still going up regardless of what anyone says. And Jay-Z, I am coming for the music industry." He also made a valid point. If he said he's not my dad 1,000 times, wouldn't it just be easier to take the test? At this point, it's not even just about paternity. It's about respect, recognition, and being heard. Even Rymir's publicist stepped in, saying, if Jay-Z can air his feelings and hurt about us, then Rymir has every right to share his truth through music too. And she added, Jay keeps saying he's not the father. But funny enough, he's never said that directly to Rymir or his family. So why does it feel like he's running? This battle isn't just legal anymore. It's turning into a lyrical war. Things went into full meltdown mode when Rymir and his guardian Lily stopped just calling out Jay-Z and put Beyoncé directly in the spotlight too. They started claiming that she wasn't just watching from the sidelines, but was actively involved in keeping the truth locked away. According to them, Beyoncé had been pulling strings behind the scenes, using her power and influence to protect the Carter Empire at all costs. From their point of view, she wasn't just supporting Jay-Z. She was leading the charge in trying to bury this entire paternity scandal. And it didn't stop there. Rymir and Lily said they were targeted with intimidation tactics for years. Rymir claimed things got even worse after he officially filed a civil suit against Jay-Z. And Lily, she truly believes Beyoncé was the one calling the shots, allegedly convincing Jay-Z to ignore Rymir completely and avoid settling the case. On top of all that, they say the couple used their music to mock Rymir, not just subtle lyrics, but actual cruel digs meant to humiliate him in front of the whole world. That kind of public shade made everything worse, especially when they were already dealing with legal blockades and behind-the-scenes pressure. But the most shocking part? Rymir and Lily claimed they were getting serious threats, so bad that they feared for their safety. That's what pushed them to sit down with journalist Liz Crokin for a full interview. Their goal wasn't just to spill tea, it was to get everything on record. Because at this point, it's not just about proving paternity anymore, it's about protecting themselves and making sure their side of the story is heard before it's too late. Lily also dropped a bomb when she revealed that several insiders claimed it was Beyoncé who told Jay-Z not to take that paternity test. Yep, if that's true, then she's been pulling strings behind the scenes this whole time. Now, with word on the street saying the courts have finally ordered Jay-Z to give up that DNA sample, Beyoncé is reportedly done playing the loyal wife role. Let's be clear. She didn't sign up to be no stepmom, and sources say she's making sure she won't have to. The rumors are loud. Beyoncé's supposedly planning to file for divorce, and best believe she's walking away with a serious slice of Jay-Z's fortune. She's built her own empire, but now she might just cash in on his too. The test results haven't hit the public yet, and it's not even confirmed if the test has been done. But based on the way Beyoncé's allegedly spiraling, flipping out, and already making quiet moves to lawyer up, fans are thinking the results must be positive. If true, that means Jay-Z's secret child might not be so secret anymore. And Beyoncé's done keeping up appearances. This story is only getting wilder, and we're keeping an eye on every twist. So tell me what y'all think in the comments. Is the truth finally catching up to the Carters? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next bombshell. Catch you in the next one.